are definitely going to have to pick it up a notch if we are going to call out our main event fighters for this evening. Prince Albert, are you ready for some fighting? This school of Hard Knocks fight is an amateur bout in the 205-pound division and is brought to you by JRMCC. And now, let's meet the fighters.
Coming down to the cage first tonight in our main event of the evening, out of the blue corner, Elias Cepeda, coming down to the cage out of Team Dino Castellas in Chicago, Illinois. 1-0 as a fighter so far in his MMA career with a TKO stoppage in round number 1.
Well, as when you hear Chicago, you're obviously thinking brawler right at the beginning. Maybe it's the Rocky movies, I don't know. But yeah, that's his main focus. He said he's primarily a striker, willing to go to the ground though if need be. He's paid attention to the tape, done his homework, and hoping to get a victory over the big guy tonight.
Well, Elias is a guy that does an excellent job of analyzing MMA, and you know that because you may have read his work on UFC.com, on YahooSports.com. He covers mixed martial arts for those organizations, and so has to break down film, has to get in and really work and look at the inner workings of mixed martial arts, and does so professionally.
And it's interesting to see, again, we had a hometown guy, Larange, against Chicago. I mean, these guys have never seen each other before, matching them up in a cage. This is what the sport is all about.
Well, it's interesting when I asked about the travel time from Chicago to Prince Albert, he said they were willing to give me a fight, so I'm willing to take it, and kind of pointed out that professional fighters at the highest levels go all over the world to fight. So no surprise he'd come here to Prince Albert to get the work done.
Good to see it's that competitive spirit that he's got, that fighting spirit, willing to go anywhere, find me an opponent, I'll go there and I'll take him down.
Well, I'm talking to him as well. You know, he said the reason he's getting into the cage is because it's a waste of time to train if you're not going to jump in the cage. And he said no matter what happens, if you don't get in the cage, you're doing it nothing but spinning your wheels. And he's impressed with the strength of Mr. Boom Truck, Devon Smith.
Speaking of, get ready for the introduction on this one.
The heavyweight champion of the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship, and you can see his teammates holding up the belt there, fighting out of Prestige Worldwide in his garage in his hometown of Larange, Saskatchewan, running his own gym out there, the heavy hands of Devon, Mr. Boom Truck Smith.
And heavy is right. I mean, he's won fights in a blink of an eye. He can take you. Had better not blink if you're fighting this guy, because you'll end up on your back counting stars.
The record holder for the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship, fastest knockout, took out Wade Baldwin in 8 seconds in Hard Knocks in Estevan. Really an anti-hero in Estevan, as he took out all 3 of their hometown heavyweights in Derek Daku, Wade Baldwin, and Felix Jimenez on his way to the heavyweight title. Fighting light heavyweight tonight, though, where he feels like he belongs. He was offered the heavyweight fights by Hard Knocks, he took them, but he feels like he belongs at light heavyweight and is looking to continue his run here in the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship against Elias Cepeda.
And you got to respect that too from Devon Smith. I mean, you give him the fight, he takes him. He could turn away, he could say, no, I'm not ready, but no, he steps up to the plate.
And he said it'll be interesting tonight because he's not used to having an opponent who equals his reach. Devon's got longer arms for a man of his height, and Elias has arms about the same length tonight. He's used to fighting guys that he can stay outside and do his damage from there, but tonight that advantage is for naught as he looks to get in and fight his first fight here in the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship at 205.
And he's got a nice strong ovation from the crowd as well. He's up from Larange, but they're cheering the Saskatchewan town.
And now, the official Hard Knocks Fighter introductions. In the TJ's Pizza blue corner, he's 1-0 as an amateur, 28 years old, and stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 200 pounds, fighting out of Team Dino Kostyas from Chicago, Illinois. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Elias Cepeda. And in the Flamens Fitness red corner, he's 4-1 as an amateur, 23 years old, and stands 6 feet, 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 203.5 pounds, representing Prestige Worldwide from LaRange, Saskatchewan. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Devon, Mr. Boom Truck Smith. This bout will be contested under amateur rules. The referee in charge of the Hard Knocks action is Mr. Elvis Lyons.
Elvis Lyon.
I want a good, clean, hard fight. Give it everything you got. Put on a good show. Protect yourself at all times. If you're going to touch gloves, touch them now. Back to the quarters.
Both of these guys incredibly friendly for professional fighters, and had a good long conversation with them both. Speaking of the conversation, look for that MMA podcast coming from Elias Cepeda in the near future as we get set for our main event of the evening. And coming in quickly with a left, and Cepeda comes in wanting no part of the distance striking of Devon Smith.
Well, these guys have so much respect for one another. They're going in that cage. I mean, they're throwing hard punches, but at the end of the day, these guys have nothing but respect. And right now we see Devon Smith on top. He's using some of those ground punches, and Elias is coming up pretty fast.
Elias spins away from the punches of Devon Smith. Devon now looking likely for a submission here. Was able to win the heavyweight title via guillotine choke over Derek Daku, and now is looking for a rear naked choke, but Cepeda spins away and does a good job of getting out.
Devon Smith, so calm and casual in that ring right now. He's in control, trying to get that choke on. Oh, he's turning it around. Now and throwing some of those punches. Those punches are like hard rocks.
Spun Cepeda's head on one of them, and Devon Smith just swarming Cepeda at this point, trying to get the TKO victory, and that is it. Devon Smith wins his first fight at 205. The champ is here, and he gets the job done.
Oh, a strong showing from Devon Smith tonight. Not once did he look flustered, panicked. He was calm. He had a game plan when he walked in the cage, and he put it to work.
And I can guarantee you that these two will be having a beer at the bar later, the after party at Original Joe's tonight, as both these guys, again, among the more friendly, although it certainly doesn't look like it here, as Devon Smith lays the boots down and gets the victory.
It's so impressive what Devon Smith is showing tonight. I mean, we'll watch the tape, and it just, from the ground to switching back to the punches, it was amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the official decision brought to you by JRMCC. At 1 minute and 12 seconds in the very first round, the winner by TKO due to strikes in the red corner, Devon, Mr. Boom Truck Smith!
Well,